we almost, and I do mean almost, had a smooth intro. One of these days we're gonna have a smooth intro. Yeah. And this is he always I rap. Anyways, one of these days we're gonna have a smooth intro from the Coffee Grind screen right here. Oh, that's for the inconvenience being late. We had a little bit to get all that stuff out. Appreciate everybody being here. So tonight even, we've got well, I mean, y'all should know because y'all just saw who it was. But anyway, we got one of my best friends, not the best friend. This dude has been we've known each other since I would say kindergarten. So like what, 5 years old. And during that time, I've seen him progress through just every stage of life and to the point where he's at right now, which is doing big things as a stunt performer in your favorite Hollywood movies. So, Jay, I hope you're ready in the background. Without further ado, I'm about to bring you in. So, yeah, I've known him since first grade. We've known each other for y'all could do the math. I'm not gonna go ahead and date myself, but we've known each other for quite a while. I am excited, and it's my pleasure to bring in Jay Wells Jr. Come on in.
Yo, C Scott, what it do?
What's going on, my man?
What's good, bro?
This is you. Yeah, I mean, of course, one of the people that I say is my brother from another mother, but this is the brother from another mother.
D
Because
with distinction.
how long we've known each other. So I'm gonna preempt this first of all with saying, when we get on the phone, we could chat for like hours. So we
For
don't have that much.
hours.
We don't have that much time tonight. We do not have that much time. You got your water. I got my coffee. Today's coffee again is brought to you by Keurig, and we've got the University of North Florida.
This water is brought to you by
Uh,
H2O,
oh
the,
Lord,
the lifeblood of the universe.
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I knew it
Here
was
we
gonna be this type
go.
of stream. I knew it was gonna be this type of stream. Um.
You want this party started, right?
Oh my gosh.
You
Um.
want this party started quickly. I'm sorry. Okay.
Are you done?
I'm done, man. I'm done, son.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'm gonna go delete the Facebook. Okay. But anyways, I'm trying to share it on Facebook, but it's acting a fool. So I want to start this off with as are you frozen? Or are you just
Mm-mm.
staring off distance?
I was staring off.
Okay, I was just making sure you were frozen. I was just
Nah,
sitting
nah.
here
I
like
was. I got the
I was like
Instagram live
Marvel
going
got you.
along with the stream.
I thought Marvel had got you again. I thought they had sniped
Nah,
the
no.
internet again like they did that one time. I can't. So yeah, man. So I wanted to start this stream with. So we've known each other, like I said on the
Long
intro,
time.
first grade,
Long time.
kindergarten. No, I'm
You don't
lying.
got to get in the numbers.
Kindergarten. I'm not gonna throw the numbers out there because I know as an actor, sometimes you got to play parts that you're younger than, and you can't
Or
age
older than.
or
Or
older than.
older than.
You don't want to age yourself.
Uh-uh.
No.
No.
We don't want to. You don't want to age yourself.
Mm-mm.
Let me share this real quick. So, trying to share this on Facebook. Hey, Facebook.
Okay.
So, since that time, man, we've gone through every stage, I guess, of life together. We've known each other that whole
Bruh.
time, you're definitely, like I said, one of my best friends, and I just have seen you transition and take
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen each step of this of your career. Going from hell, we can go all the way back to St. Andrews with the plays that we did there.
Bruh.
I was
Man,
I was
shouts out
thinking
to
earlier, I
Gary.
was like, I would say Easter speeches, but you always seem to somehow get out of those, and you never had to do an Easter speech. You just you would just
I
show
did
up
some
for
Easter
the
speeches.
what you do what?
I did some Easter speeches.
Whatever, nah. You would find your way to get out of that, so that's cool. But, for the plays that we did there, you did some stuff for, FCCJ, which is now FSCJ now,
Yep.
and, and then, you've taken your career and you've done a lot with it. You've held in there a long time. So first of all, kudos to you, man. And
Man, thank you, man.
yeah, man. I just wanted to, just spread some flowers to you because you're something that, like I said, I've seen every stage of the journey. But I did want to like kind of start there, man, because I know the
Hmm.
last time we did coffee grind, we kind of talked about the process of you actually getting to Black Panther. Just in case y'all didn't know, this man has been in Black Panther 1, Black Panther 2, and and other projects that are like major motion pictures, but those I think that's the ones that I would say is well it mean the most to me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so can we so like I know we talked about the road to Wakanda like last time, but let's can we talk
Hmm.
about like kind of the road to this point in your career?
Wow. Yeah, we can. It's it's been it's been interesting, man, and you're very much a part of that. I was just retelling the story of the first film the other day. How I called you to borrow some money. And he's like, "Here you go," and then I
Are we
was
going
like,
there with it? Okay.
"Yo," I was like, "Man, it was."
real,
I was
real and
struggling,
uncut. Let's go.
real and uncut. I was delivering pizzas. I needed some extra bread. Needless to
Oh
say,
yeah, I
pizza.
forgot about
I wasn't bringing in the dough with the pizza. Da-dum, tsh.
that
And
that.
so I went to the grocery store to do and bought something cheap, which I thought to do get the cash back, and I overdrew my account, which caused me to spend all the money I was saving up. And I was midways the month. I had 2 weeks to get the money needed to pay my rent and to keep living in my place and whatnot. And then I was spazzing out, and then I got the call for the audition for Black Panther. And I had to cancel one gig to go and just try out for the opportunity for this.
Remember that.
And
Yeah, I remember that.
it's a lot of lessons in that because it's funny. I sent you the thing where Ice T was saying that living on the edge is where the creativity and the magic happens. If you play it safe, you're gonna get safe results. And that was very much on the edge because I sacrificed something that was in the hand for something that was in the bush, and it paid off for me in the long run. And that's with Wakanda. But going even further back to growing up at the beach, it was it was it was interesting, man. Back when we grew up, it was the beach didn't look then like it looks now. It was
Not even close.
not even close, man. Crackheads walking down the street. It was, abandoned buildings and stuff, and we getting off the bus and going straight home, right past all the shamakery.
And most of the
And
time, the crackheads, because everybody at the beach was like everybody was related to everybody. So somehow, some
that was
way,
somebody's cousin.
that was somebody's cousin. Somehow, that was your cousin. Somehow, some way. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. And so it wasn't even until after we got out of school that I knew I really wanted to pursue the arts. I had an interest in it always, but then because I wasn't part of the drama club or anything in
Yeah.
school, but afterwards I started all of my interest and whatnot started to bud. I got into acting, I got into martial arts and everything. I did both of them for a long time while working and whatnot. And then that part of my life too, I was the caretaker for my aunt. And so it was just juggling a lot of things and stuff. So it was, I felt held back. I
Yeah.
felt delayed, but I wasn't denied. And so everything is preparation. You got to trust the timing of your life and whatnot. And so while I was learning that stuff, Wesley Snipes tried to make Black Panther, but it didn't happen. And so everything worked out for me to be in the place where I needed to be at that time to receive that blessing, receive what God had for me. And like what would have happened if Wesley would have made the Black Panther film he was trying to make? Because during that time, he can't get Black Panther off the ground, but Marvel tossed him Blade, and he made Blade a popular character. But I wouldn't have been in position. I wouldn't have been ready to even work on Blade as a stunt performer at that time. I mean, not
No,
Blade, but Black Panther at that time had that happen.
right.
But everything happened in time for me to be in position to get what I needed to get.
Yeah, and let's and I know we're gonna get to that point, but let's yeah, because you weren't, well, let's just go there with it. Because when you
Mm-hmm.
first kind of started, kind of looking at having Hollywood into your sights, you weren't really doing stunts.
Mm-mm.
You went straight acting, right?
Straight acting, man. When I moved from Jacksonville to Atlanta
But you want to
to
put up a pin
pursue
in that.
acting.
I want to.
You said
I
what?
understand. I want to come back to that later. But go ahead.
But yeah, and for my two passions, I told God like, listen, these are the things that I like, and in no particular order, right? And so martial arts and acting, and I like video games and whatnot. So I was like, this is what I like. I don't know what that means, but these are the things I want to pursue. Work it out for me. And Black Panther was the first time because I trained on one hand, and then I studied as an actor on the other hand. And I always enjoyed martial arts films and action flicks and whatnot, but the
Right.
two worlds never converged together until Black Panther, and that's when it all made sense. And interestingly enough, I was talking to you, and you be seeing stuff with your third eye.
Hey.
He was like, man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen. See, Scott was like, man, I don't know if acting gonna be the path for you. I'm on the phone clutching my pearls, like, what the hell you mean acting not? Man, I done packed up everything to come to Atlanta. I'm taking 2 acting classes, going to workshops, going to seminars. What the flip you mean? It's not gonna be acting. I was triggered. Triggered.
Beyond.
Beyond. I'm like, oh man. And cause you pretty spot on. You 99. Like you stuff with it, man. You throw it up and just start walking back down the court. And so once I got my feelings, I'm like, all right, is it gonna be directing? Is it gonna be producing? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, it didn't make sense because this is way before Black Panther. And
Right.
then months later, I got the opportunity and I was on set and I felt like I found my tribe. Other black men and women stunt performers, anime nerds, into martial arts, into the same thing I'm in. And at that moment, everything kind of clicked and made sense. I'm like, oh, that's what he meant. Like, I don't even know if you knew what you meant, but it became to fruition at that point because I still act, but I enjoy doing stunts as well, and I do both of them. And the stunt work has opened me up to other avenues in terms of fight choreography, stunt coordination, even being in films because I can fight and choreograph the fight scenes.
Right. And so let me go to the comments real quick. Let me pop some of these comments up here, and then we're gonna jump
Okay.
into. So we've got
Yo, London.
London, and so proud and inspired by Jay Wells. Let's go, King.
Thank you. That's who
Then
you
we
need to
got,
have on the show next.
oh yeah,
London can sing. Not
let's
sing, but sing.
sang. Let's make it happen. You sang.
Sing.
Then we got Facebook user because whatever reason StreamYard makes you like authenticate. But anyway, wasn't bringing in the dough with the piece of bars. Somebody said you out here spitting hard. Um, but then yeah, London again. Like you said, I stand in agreement. Fire emojis mixed in with the let's go. So prayer hands. So let's talk for a minute about
hmm
kind of before Black Panther, right? Because
Okay.
Well, you said it's been what 7 years, 8 years? You've been in Atlanta. It's time flying.
It'll be 7 years come
7 years.
April.
That's what I thought. So I still remember, man, like packing up that daggone truck to going up there. So, but to your point, man, and to your credit, you had the foresight to see, because that's when Atlanta was doing some things with movies, but I don't think they were doing, in my opinion, as much as they are now,
No.
in the movie
Mm-mm.
industry. But you had the
Mm-mm.
foresight to see, okay, this is exactly where the movie industry is going. I
I
need to
didn't,
I need to
man.
move
That
up
was all
here,
the
man.
most high.
So yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. Talk to the people about that.
Yeah. So before I moved, I had a plan in place, and I didn't have the resources to make it happen, right? And that struggle. Like I didn't want to just pack my car up and just go figure it out. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna need money. I'm gonna need a place to stay. Whoop de whoop. And so even before the Atlanta move, it was damn. As I'm looking at it, that this has always been the plan. I started. I was working as a brand ambassador, and it took me a while to work my way up to tour manager status, where I can work as a tour manager. And you can make pretty good money as a tour manager. So now I was like, all right, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna make the money I need, save it up, so I could be able to facilitate a move. And that's what happened. And so years prior, I was working. I was submitting to be a tour manager, and never could quite break through until there was an opportunity where somebody had dropped from a tour, and it was a hard, not hard, but arduous. It was a grind,
Mm,
but they needed somebody. I didn't have no experience, and so they took a chance on me. Boom, took it. I worked for 2.5 months, and I came back, and the work I did on that tour led to me booking the Weber tour because we used Weber grills on this first tour. They needed somebody with grilling experience, and that tour gave me an experience I needed to get this longer running tour.
and I would like to say not sponsored by Weber. So Weber is not an affiliate of C Scott or C Scott and Associates
Not
at
unless they
all,
want to be. Y'all
unless
make
they
that
want to
happen.
be not affiliated with C Scott Inc. or There Goes Jay at all. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah,
Had to
it's,
put the legalities out there.
I feel you. I feel you. It's so again, just the timing and everything, because there's other tours I had applied for,
Mm,
but if I'd have got there was another tour going down now, which would have been easier. If I'd have got that tour, I wouldn't have had the necessary skills that they were looking for to book this tour. I might still be in Jacksonville. Who knows? I don't know. Or the timing would have been off for where I'm at now. But I got that Weber tour, was gone for 10 months, and I was like, listen, I'm going to put my head down, work, grind, save my money. And then I did one other tour after that, and I said, I'm out the game. And I had an opportunity to go back on tour, but it was like, no, I got what I needed from this. It's time for me to go. And so I didn't exactly burn my boat, but I tucked it away. And then I came back, and then I had the resources I need to get my furniture, get a place, move, and boom, I come to Atlanta. And then I chose Atlanta because I felt like God spoke to me, because I got a chance to visit LA. LA is what was at one point the entertainment mecca.
right,
Atlanta's challenging that now. But
right,
the only thing I knew about Atlanta was Tyler Perry. And so when I was thinking about if I'm gonna move to LA or Atlanta, God was like, "Hey, it doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're able to get what you need from it.
right.
Whether that's Atlanta or LA, because the only thing you're concerned about is going there and having an opportunity and working." And I said, you know what? Tyler Perry's in Atlanta. He's hiring black people. I'm black. All right, yeah, let's do this. And so, and plus, I could get to and fro back to my family and whatnot. So this worked out for me.
Right, right, right. So yeah, so to your point, that's one of those things where that was a risk, but man, that was one that obviously played off
It was a
because
calculated risk, yeah.
I mean, it was risky, but not risky at the same time because
Mm-hmm.
like you said, everybody could kind of see that Atlanta was kind of taking that shift away
Yeah.
from LA, but you never knew. You never really know.
Yeah, exactly. I never knew.
I never knew. Shout out Tony Baker. Tony Baker. Um,
Tony Baker, shouts out Tony.
so man, can we talk just a brief second? Yeah, I know all the answers to these. I've been there.
Yeah, you was there.
I wasn't living it.
You got the
But first of all,
receipts.
let's take a second. Hold on, let's take a second. Javon Wallace up in here with the super proud of your journey
Javon.
success. Well deserved. Handing out flowers on this
Thank
Sunday.
you.
Uh, let me make sure my calendar is right. Yeah, my calendar is right. First Sunday, Black History. All right, let's get it.
Ah, let's go. Let's
Um,
go.
yeah. Let's take a second, man, and tell us about what happened after you moved to Atlanta, because I think I'm not gonna steal your thunder, but you kind of just like boom, I'm here, and tell, tell us about what happened after after the move to Atlanta.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you got a story behind this. I don't know quite know where you going.
Oh man, this
Lead me in a little bit.
no man. I mean because and I think we talked about this before, man. But it was kind of like I mean you went and you got your acting class, like
Oh,
you said, but you kind of just thought that the audition was just going to
I.
just start. Boom, 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 they're gonna start just pouring in, and you're gonna be like,
Okay, all right. I'm
"No, I
tracking.
don't want that one." So yeah,
Yo,
just talk a little bit about that.
I think most actors go through this. I don't know. I went through it just the the ignorance of your thinking about the industry and whatnot. I thought I was gonna move to Atlanta. Like, you know what? I don't need to work. I'll be here. I got enough. 2 or 3 months time. I'll get me an agent. Give me some auditions. I'll be a serious regular in no time. Wrong. Wrong.
It's Atlanta we
this
talking about, man.
this Atlanta we talking about. Man, yo, I'm in the Madden classes, and then first of all, it was very humbling, but I welcomed it because I was I had been away from like acting. Like I started off as a theater actor in Atlanta, in Jacksonville, and I got a theater scholarship. I've done some plays and whatnot, and so I had some low level success acting in Jacksonville. So I moved to Atlanta. I thought all that was going to translate. Mm-mm. It
Right.
was a There was a learning curve there, and that I had to respect, and I didn't, but it made me respect it. And I started taking acting classes. I went to a well-known acting studio here called Nick Conti's Actor Studio. That's where I started out. And I went and auditioned, and my monologue that I used was it wasn't hitting. I wanted to study with him in his advanced class, and he was like, long story short, you ain't ready. He was like, start at the beginning class, this, that, and the third. He just broke down, just piece by piece, what was wrong with my monologue. He was like, I hate to
Humbling.
do this. It was humbling. He was
Yeah.
like, I hate to do this to you because you seem like a nice guy. Like, I mean, but it's. I'm like, no, like this, no. He ain't cuss me out or nothing. He just gave me his straightforward, honest opinion. He didn't yell. He wasn't loud. He
Yeah.
wasn't rude. So I could take that. It was constructive, and I
Right.
took it in that spirit. And so, started from the bottom. Now we here. So
Here we
started
go.
beginning. Started beginning acting class. That's what I had to do. And I started taking another acting class, and I was a beginner there. And the thing was, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish.
Yep.
It's not about the title that's associated with whatever you're doing. It's about what you're getting from it. It's about growth
Right.
and leveling up and taking that step. So what? Somebody takes 5 steps and you're only able to take one step, right? And that one step is a step further than you were at that starting place. And you take another step, and you look back, you've taken 3 steps, 4 steps. You're not in the same place you were when you started, and that's what it's about. You in the gym lifting. So what? The guy next to you, curling 50 pounds or 60 pounds. You curling them 15s or them 20s.
Right.
As long as you're experiencing growth and you're making progress, that's what's important, not keeping up with your neighbor.
Right.
And that's what it was. And so I just had to make progress. It's like, this is what it is. Suck it up. All right, let's go about getting better. And that's the attitude I had. So I it didn't care. I didn't it didn't matter to me that I was in beginning class. I'm here. I'm learning. I'm improving as an actor and as an artist. I'm adding to my tool belt, and that's what's important.
Right. And but yeah, I think to your point, man, that's something that's important. I don't think it's talked about enough. I mean, at least maybe it is, and I'm just not in that industry. But just the fact that when you make that move out there, even if you had success going in, you make that move to wherever, L.A., Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna probably get humbled real quick. You you're gonna, but to your credit though, man, also you took the fact that you were coachable.
Thank you, thank you. You gotta be. I could have went in with all this ego and stuff, and I made progress and not gotten anywhere.
Right,
But you gotta you gotta know yourself enough to know where you're at and take the ego out of it. And no matter how far you get, there's always something to learn. And when you cease to be teachable and you cease to not learn, that's when you start dying, and that's when you start making steps going backwards and not going forward.
right, right, right. So, roughly, how long would you say that it took you to like start seeing some success, like in out there in Atlanta? Because, like you said, you had some success in Jacksonville. You
Hmm.
were doing the plays where you became God at the end of that one play that I remember seeing. I have
Shouts out
been here.
Professor Hines,
I've been
Joe
here
the
the whole
Persecutor.
time.
And
But
all my
yeah.
white.
So when did you start? Like roughly, how long would you say it started? Because I know so you signed up for the acting class. I think you
Hmm.
went ahead. You had to get an agent then, and
Yep.
then when did you start seeing success? 2, 3 years. We're talking about what are we? How long?
I think I think success is relative because I did some stuff even early on. I booked a play. I booked one of those crime reenactment shows and stuff. I started seeing
That's
some
success.
stuff. It is success.
Yeah.
And so early on, I started seeing some stuff, and I'll probably say milestone wise, Black Panther was something that of note that everybody could see that I didn't have to actively tell people about because that movie was so big at the time, and to be attached to it, it did a lot for me in terms of notoriety and getting my name and my face and my brand out there and open me up to other facets of the industry.
Right. Because Black Panther was, what was that, 2018?
It came out 2018. I
Was gonna
shot
be
it
outside of
fall
some.
of 2017,
Right. Yeah, I
and
remember
I
that.
thought I missed the boat too because
Right.
beginning of 2017 they were working on it that winter,
Hmm.
and I was meeting people that were doing background on it, and I said, shoot, well, it is what it is. And then, fortunate enough, everything lined up to allow me to work on the reshoots.
Yeah, because they had to do reshoot.
Yep.
I think they were still trying to tie in some stuff with like Infinity War and that type of stuff too. But either way, they
Yeah.
had to do reshoots.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
just for the audience, so they know, reshoots aren't something that's uncommon to film, and so once they get it done together, they put it in front of a test audience to see how it reads, and they get a chance to see the finished product before they release it. And then it's like, okay, we need to fix this, we need to add here, do this, that, and the third. Then they allot time for reshoots. That's why a movie will be shot in one year, and it won't come out for another 9 to 12 months to give them time to fix stuff if they need to.
right, and pretty
Yeah.
much almost every movie. I don't know if I've heard of any movie that hasn't had reshoots, unless they're just shooting a ridiculous amount of film
Yeah.
when they're shooting. But
Yeah.
typically, almost every movie has some type of
Yeah.
reshoots, and it doesn't mean that the
Mm-hmm.
movie is going. It doesn't mean that something's going bad with the movie. It just means that
Yeah. Just a little tweak.
you got to tweak it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might have shot something and it didn't come through the way that they needed it to come through.
Yep.
It didn't look right, or it didn't the tone was off, or what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So So yeah, so that was 2018. You shot in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
the fall of 2017. I distinctly remember that. But so that was what, like, was that 2 years or a year in the? That was like 2 years into being in Atlanta.
A year and a half roughly,
Okay, okay,
because I moved April 2016, and then April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, 6 months later, working on Black Panther. So a year and a half later.
so
Wow, that's man.
yeah. But so hold that thought. We got comments coming in. I'm not used to having people actually on the stream. Jay Well is coming in here bringing all the fans. So
It's a
anyway,
mastermind.
we got Stephanie here with that's awesome growth. And then she's
Steph,
got the so proud of you, a true inspiration. Continue to strive for
thank you,
success.
thank you.
So, but like so let's step back. So we got that year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, I was there for the journey. I know the journey. So let's I know you're a humble guy, but let's just be real with it. It's not like you were just sitting there in acting classes and that's all that you were doing. You were out there networking, you were out there grinding, you were out there. I mean, there was and I got to get big for this part because I need you to see my face. Okay?
You gonna need a widescreen for
I
this.
need you to see this. I need you to get this, Jay. I need you to get this. Nah, but for that year and a half though, man, you were out there grinding. You were doing your auditions. You were doing your acting. You were working on your craft while working on getting getting those relationships in the industry, while
Yes.
also having to do the other grind, of making sure because at the end of the day, you know, when you're acting, that means unless you book a role, there's no checks coming in for that. So you got to get out there and get it. However you got to get it 9 to 5. The brand ambassador work. You got to go out there and make sure that you know the lights stay on. So
Yes.
yeah, so talk
Yes.
talk a little bit about that grind to get to.
Man,
'Cause
what the old folks say? God don't look out for babies and damn fools.
I think you added the damn, but okay.
Or fools or dang
He's a
fools.
fool. Or maybe it was the people in your family that added the
Maybe
damn.
yeah, my family.
That sounds about more like it.
I come from a family, boy. Some of the people, old folks cuss, boy.
Yeah, man.
And so I was a fool because I had worked, I had my resources saved up, but I should have supplemented what I had saved. And my plan was to appreciate it, bro. Tune in on YouTube. And so my plan, I thought I had enough to get me to a series regular.
Mm.
I just came in just big dreams, like yeah, this gonna happen tomorrow. As soon as I touch down and land, I'm here.
It's like I
Offers
got
gonna be coming out the yin yang. Not so much. And so everything. And so I probably could have stretched my money a little bit further, but then I ended up going to Okinawa that first year as well. And so that was another expense and stuff. So when I
oh, I
got back,
forgot to say my bad, sorry. I forgot to say that on the intro. A Guinness Book of World Records holder. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
appreciate it, yeah. I went to Okinawa. We got a Guinness Book of World Record for the most people performing the kata at one time. So that was big. That was a dream come true. And so that next year, 2017, in addition to the acting classes, going out networking, meeting different casting directors and people, getting information in the industry about who's doing what and whatnot. Learning how to do self tapes myself because that's big here in Atlanta. At the time, LA, you would go in the room a lot. Atlanta, not so much. Atlanta's really kind of the the hub for self tapes that was started by Mark Fincannon. And so I had to learn how to do my self tapes right. And so I was learning that from different people. And so because that's a big expense. If you don't know how to do your own self tape, you're paying for that. So learn how to do that. Learning putting all these skills together. Then my hustling too, doing the brand ambassador work. And I was check to check to check, and you got to be careful what you say too. I'm gonna leave this with you. There is power in your voice and your tongue.
Oh yeah.
And you said what?
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you say about yourself because your body, your spirit, all that's listening, and it don't differentiate context. All it knows is what you said. And so I said, you know what, God, if I can live my passion and just have just enough, you know, so I can work and still be able to act, I'll be good. You
Yeah.
know what God said? Okay.
I said, bet that. Bet.
I had just enough to work, pay my bills, and I was still acting, going to class, man, scraping by. It was ridiculous. But then that summer, I booked the long standing gig for Tag. It was a movie starring Hannibal. I stood in for Hannibal Barris. It starred Hannibal Barris, Jeremy Renner, Rashada, Rashada Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter, John Hamm, all of them. And so I worked on that summer. Then I booked the modeling gig. I was good, but then that money ran out, and then the promo I was working, it was coming to a close also, and I was really running out of different work options, and so that's when I started delivering pieces. I got to do what I got to do, and you looking on Deed is, oh, you know what? You can make up to $20 an hour. Just I said $20 an hour. You start, black people, you pull out the calculator, $20 an hour, 35 to 40 hours a week over 2 weeks. That ain't bad. You know what? Yeah, I don't mind driving. And so I
It's always
picked the
that
most
up to part.
up to. You got to read the fine print. Up
Yeah.
to. And I work for the most ratchet Pizza Hut. By the time I get their pizza, the people been waiting for 2, 3 hours. They wasn't trying to tip, and I was scraping by. And then I was blessed with Black Panther. So yeah, to bring it back home to your question, yeah, I was working hard to learn what I needed to learn to be able to progress faster and build up the skill set in addition to working. And it was a challenge, even up to borrowing money from my best friend.
You keep bringing that back up. I don't remember that happening, but hey,
Bruh, I remember. Yo, I need some. He's like, all right, how much you need? You sent it to me, and then I went to the. I was like, man, I ain't getting him with an ATM fee. I'm gonna go to the store and give me some bananas. Overdraft to my account.
that was the start of it all. That was the start of the story. But hey, yeah, that's just what we do. We work out, look out for each other.
Yeah, I
Real quick, we
appreciate you,
got
man.
Antonio coming in. My brother, I'm so proud of you. Keep on achieving.
Thank you, thank you,
And then we've got one woman of faith. I'm proud of you.
thank you, thank you. Shouts out to Mr. Courtney wife.
Boom, boom, boom. Appreciate y'all popping in here. Uh, we got Stephanie. That's right. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Better say that again.
Hmm. Oh, this who else you need on the show? Mr. Henson, him and his wife. They're the
Yep.
curators of the Atlanta Black Theater Festival.
Okay. Let's make it happen.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, man. So, like I said, you were out there grinding. Um, you know, I want to kind of veer away from the path of Wakanda talk. Y'all can go on the YouTube channel and watch. This is a shameless plug. Y'all can go on the YouTube channel. I'll put the card on the back end right up here where y'all can check out after Wakanda, where Jay talks about the wonderfulness that happened there because that was nothing but just being divinely guided right there. Um,
Hmm.
so after you had Black Panther, right?
Hmm.
Had some success with that. Won a SAG
Hmm.
SAG award.
Oh man, yeah, I did. That's matter of fact. That's where I'm at. Okay. That's what that is in the background. If y'all can zoom in, let me get my orientation straight. Yeah, that's the sleeve for it, and then that is the actual award itself.
Actually, I was trying to see. I didn't know if you had sent that to me in the barrage of pictures you hit me up with earlier. I was like, let me just make sure I don't have that in there. I don't. It's the one picture you didn't send out of everything. Like
I should have sent that. My bad. My
you
bad.
sent like 40 million of them. So anyway, so you had the success. So then what happens after that? What other projects you got after the road to Wakanda, which we had a whole coffee grind about that. You can check that out right up here, and it'll be on the end screen. Anyways,
So
what?
after that, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say what happened. Talk to a little bit about that because that was
So
2018. You kind of, you know,
yeah, that was big. Cause after that, after I actually went back on the road.
yep,
I toured again that summer, and I went. I was gone for a couple months, since that was good. So I had to re up. And so, just for the people that's listening, is one thing about the industry that I found out being in Atlanta and working actively to be a part of it. You gotta passion. You have to have passion because that's what's gonna keep you going in those lean moments. But you gotta be able to afford to keep going too.
that part.
That part, because it may not happen when you expect it to happen. Yeah, it's lucrative, but if you're doing it for the money and you're not doing it for the love or the passion of it, you might as well stop now, figure out something else to do because you're gonna work more than you get paid. Which sounds counterintuitive, but you gotta work full time for part time results doing this, and that's it's kind of how it happens when you're starting out. It's just like with anything. It takes a business, what, 5 years before it's up and running and self sustaining, but you kind of gotta chew hay in those periods until it really gets going. And so I went back on the road, but when I got back, I did some more of those crime reenactment shows. I did a show called Hashtag Murder. I was a detective. I did a film it's on Tubi, and I think it's on Amazon Prime, called When a Woman Loves a Man.
Yep.
It's one of those indie flicks, and so that was cool. And then continued to audition and whatnot. And people knew me from Black Panther and being a stunt performer in that. And then it really allowed me to use my skills in karate to, work on some different projects. And so I got a chance to work on some indie stuff and be a fight choreographer for it. And so I did this show called Haswick, which I was really proud of it, but it never got off the ground.
Can we
And
talk
I did
about that
another.
right? Now, just want to make sure you ain't gonna get the snipers after you because the last time they were like, "Hey, don't say nothing about that."
I mean, sure, it don't matter now, man. Nothing happened with it. So
Anyways, all right, keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing.
yeah, it's. I hope something happened with it. So if anybody, anybody, any investors or whatever, yo, Haswick was a dope concept, and I was proud of the work that happened on it. And so I did that. Then another friend, she had a project she was doing. It never got off the ground as well. And but I kept grinding and stuff too, and continued to work out and whatnot. And then eventually, I got into. I was able to eventually book some more stunt work
Yeah,
because Black Panther was my first, but I was rookie and new. And again, you got to be humble. And I took for granted my martial arts skill set, and with stunts, it's really it's more of a dance and choreography than it is actual fighting.
right.
And so there's a learning curve there. So the quickest way to any point is a straight line. And so karate is you're hitting angles, a straight line with you hitting and attacking the person. That doesn't read on camera because the camera won't pick it up if it's too fast. And you're really working with your partner. You're not actually trying to hit them. You're creating the illusion that you're really fighting this person, and you're really tearing them out the frame when you're not. And
Right.
so even with that, even though I had Black Panther, I still had a lot to learn within the industry. And so working with different people that had more experience than me, shouts out to Jefferson, I really started to round out my game and really better understand what I was doing. And I met a gentleman named Gilbert Young. He's an artist, and everybody, not everybody, but most people are familiar with his artwork. He's got this famous piece of work that's called "He Ain't Too Heavy," and it's a picture with a brother. He is hanging off of a wall and he's reaching down to pull up another black man.
Mm,
That's his most famous work. And so I met him at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. Shouts out. And interesting conversation. We have to do another coffee grind to tell that story.
right.
But you know all this stuff already. You, but he really challenged me to like, who's the highest paid stunt man? Who's the highest paid stunt woman? This, that, and the third. I couldn't answer it. He said, you need to know your industry. You need to
Mm,
know what you're doing.
remember that. Yep.
I said, yo, talk about humbling. And I already got Black Panther in the back pocket. And so it really, he challenged me in a good way. I was humble, but he right. You know what? Let me start doing some research. And started finding out some more about the industry and different people. And a matter of fact, I'm going to put these posts up again. I share them every Black History Month. But I found out who, were the first black stuntman was, the first black female stunt performer, what that was. Bill Cosby had something to do with that. He was instrumental in allowing me and other performers to have a career because back in the day, they did something called paint downs, where they would get a white performer to double these black leads.
Mm,
And Bill Cosby wasn't going for it. And so he started a movie with Sidney Poitier called, what was it, Let's Do It Again? And it was another one. They had a series of films they did in the 70s, and there was some action involved in comedy. And he said, "No, you're not getting a white boy to double me. I know somebody that can double me." And his name is Calvin Brown, if I'm not mistaken. It's on my page. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's Calvin Brown.
mm,
And so he hired Calvin Brown to double him for his movie, which really opened the door for them to really end that practice of paint downs and really hire other black men and women to double these performers.
that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. I didn't even know you posted it, but I didn't know that the Bill Cosby tie-in or any of that type of stuff. So that's yeah. So
Yeah.
it's always interesting to me the how everything kind of weaves into each other and how just there's this one like there's always that one piece that if this doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen, this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen, this doesn't
Yes.
so that's always interesting to me. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
like I know we're and we're coming up to almost an hour. I told you we can't just sit
You know
here,
how we do.
can't just sit here and talk forever. But the one
Yes, we
thing, man,
can. Yes, we can.
the one thing we ain't gonna you ain't gonna gloss over. You gonna sit here and try to gloss over it. It
Oh,
was
what's
like,
that?
yeah. Then I just started doing some stunt coordinating for some of my friends, and I did this stunt coordinate. This dude went from stunt performer to coordinating, and then I know there's another piece in there that you're not talking about. But man, hey, that's a huge step, man. And congratulations to that from being, from performing, which is huge in and of itself, but to actually doing the coordination to make
Yeah.
sure people don't hurt themselves, and it
Yeah.
looks real
Yeah.
on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to that, but also because I need you to see my face, so I got to make myself big here. But also because there's a part that I think you're missing out on. So
Okay.
during that time, didn't you get like some type of SAG card or something like after Black Panther? Didn't that happen?
Oh yeah, that
Oh
made
yeah,
me
oh yeah,
that that made me SAG eligible.
right.
And so 2019, I joined the union. I joined SAG, and so yes, I'm part of the union now.
And I think that with SAG, which correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the Screen Actors Guild, right?
Screen Actors Guild, correct?
So that's basically, for those that may or may not know, that's basically my it was right there on my head. It's basically a union. There we go for
Yes, yes.
for actors. And what that does is it makes sure that people aren't out there working, because acting. I don't think a lot of people understand, and we could probably talk about this for a little bit. But acting is not anything that it's like an 8-hour job or what have you. A
Mm-mm.
lot of times you're on set 10, 12 hours.
14, 15 hours. You're on set a long time.
Right.
And
And
so
go ahead.
the union's there to really make sure that the artist isn't taken advantage of.
Exactly. That's what I'm gonna
A
say.
lot of that happens. You see, you hear a lot of. I don't understand. I have a grasp of the music industry.
Yep.
It's a little different than movies, but it kind of relates. But you hear different musical artists talking about the bad contracts that they have and not
Yeah.
getting paid their worth. And so the Screen Actors Guild for actors is that governing body that there's strength in numbers to make sure that productions aren't taking advantage of the artists. So you have to have breaks at a certain amount of time. You got to feed the artists. There's a minimum that you have to pay us. There's overtime. And then for being a part of the union, you got benefits and different discounts and things also for being a part of it. And so it's really a benefit. And so for the artists, you got to pick the right time to be a part of the union because there's certain things that you can't do once you're part of the union.
Yep.
But in the long run, it's a good thing because now once you join the union, you're playing ball with the big boys, and so now you're auditioning up against these A, B, C listers for these parts,
Right.
really globally.
Right. Exactly. And then that kind of just like it limits you a little bit on, I would say, probably like some of the indie stuff.
Yeah,
Some of that
non-union
stuff.
and whatnot.
Yeah. But also, on a bigger scale though, it opens you up
Mm,
for other
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Um,
And then I knew I wanted to do stunts, so that's why because as an actor, especially in the southeast, it's a right to work state, so you don't have to be union.
okay.
And however those productions, if it's a major production, they still have to adhere to union rules, even though you're not union. So you still got to get your breaks, pay, scale, all this, that, and the third,
Right.
even though you're not union. But as a stunt performer, you really have to be union because it's a liability. You know, the risk is there that you could get hurt. So
Lots of risk.
yeah.
And just real quick, so we got Facebook user said congrats. Like I said, Facebook's weird on StreamYard unless you let it authenticate you, won't say the name. And then
Show
someone with a
yourself.
face said, "Come on, share, share, share." So obviously, the latest thing that what we're really kind of hyped this up about Wakanda forever.
Never.
You beat me to it. Yeah. Woo. Beat me to it. You beat me to it.
Oh my
Dadgummit.
bad, my bad. Go
I
ahead.
got I got okie doke. I was gonna start the screen that way, decided not to, and then here you go. You hit me with the okie doke. But
The
anyways,
habitual line stepper.
habitual. So we got let's see if we can make this do what it do. Boom.
Yo.
So that
Okay.
is you in the Jabari
Jabari. Show the
Jabari
fellas. Show the fellas. Show the fellas.
garb. I'm getting there. I'm getting
Okay,
there.
my bad, my bad, my bad. There we go. Shouts out Rabone. Shouts out Josh.
I have no idea why it's duplicated some of these. And then we got that one.
That's from the first film.
That's the first one, right?
Yeah.
And
You see
then
me back there behind the spear?
so yeah, man. Um so talk about that because that's something that I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, let's talk, talk about that.
So that was a blessing, and it was on my vision board. I didn't think it was gonna come to fruition, but it did.
Right.
And so, you know, shouts out, you know, shouts out to Rabone. I hope he's listening. But yo, so he he helped me get in there, you know, to work. And so, but it's all about community and helping reach one another up. And so I appreciate him. And
So real quick though, so
mhm.
gonna kind of bring it back full circle. So that was, I think that led from a little bit of that when you were first starting out, that networking and that building relationships.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. And so interestingly enough, Ramon, you need to have Ramon on here. Ramon got some stories. Ramon work all the time. So Ramon, I hope you're listening. I'm shouting you out. Hit C Scott up. Tell
Yep.
your story. But interestingly enough, Ramon, he worked on the first one also, but he was doing background, and then he worked him. He really worked himself up, and he surpassed me in a lot of ways as a stunt performer, getting in, working, networking, training, and whatnot. He's been on a lot of shows that a lot of us watch, and so he's dope. He's been in Wakanda Forever. What was the show? He's been on some of the WB shows. He's on a new show now. Ramon is getting it. Shouts out to him. And so I appreciate him for reaching back and helping his people out. But that's really what it is. And but Wakanda Forever, it gave me the opportunity to not only be a part of history for the first one, but be part of the second one as well. And because I worked on the reshoots, I didn't get my name in the credits. But for this one, because I worked on what they call principal photography, the first run of filming,
Mhm.
my name's in the credits. Yo, he listening. Yo. Shouting you out, bro. And so, but, so, yeah, and so Disney Plus, this is timely. It's the time of everything. It just released February 1st
Yep.
for Black History Month. And we're here talking about it. And so, because we've been trying to do the show for a minute, but now it just made sense for the tie-in with Wakanda Forever being on Disney Plus, and some of the behind the scenes and whatnot. And oh, I think this is where you're going with it. So that was a full circle moment for me
Mhm.
because my people, we was Rabone, Josh, London, Christina, who else was it? There's some other people. We was in the gym a year prior, just training, working out, making sure we're sharpening our skills, right? And we all worked together on the same day on set, and it was just surreal for me. It was one of those moments that I'm most proud of because the year prior we were just in the gym doing the same thing. Now we're all on set together, working together at the same time on the same project, working, and it was wild. And so we got nominated again for a SAG award, which I'm proud of. But I'm most happy about that moment because of what that meant to me, and where we were a year prior in our training and everything. And we made it on set together to work together. That was a dream come true, and that's something that I cherish.
Right. And yeah, that was like you said, to see it from like everybody kind of being there training,
Mm.
and then to actually be there. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, to be there.
Yeah, all together. So London says, "I love it," and Reverend Courtney says, "Stop being so modest. Talk about it." I was waiting. I was waiting. I was waiting. I knew there was going to be a comment coming in. I was waiting for it. So man, we're going
I
on an
think we need to
hour.
go overtime.
We're going on an hour here. So we gonna say some. We gonna say we got to say some because I mean, right about now, it's just being able to actually have a conversation with you is rare because of where kind of both of us. Now follow me on this. Now, hold on now,
Okay, okay.
Don't think because I got the little screen, you can just sit here and just you ain't gonna just debo me because I got the little screen now. But no, man, it's rare because man, you're doing a lot. Let's just be real.
Yeah, yeah.
You're doing a lot. I'm staying busy. We both got different
Mm.
projects that we're working on. I mean, you sent me. If I can find it. I'm trying to find the picture that you sent me of boom. You got that one right there where you're on the red carpet. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
even remember.
that was from the premiere last week. I did this movie called Deception Rules, and again, that was from because I got the skill set. I know how to fight choreograph. I know how to choreograph fight scenes. It gave me the opportunity to not only star in the movie as an antagonist, but choreograph the action for it also.
And that's what's up. But that's what I'm saying, man. Saying busy because this is the first time that I'm hearing about this. But I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna leave that alone. Dude, and did a whole premiere and ain't let his best friend know. But
I ain't,
anyways, so
I
you
ain't
got
tell
no,
you.
no shade there. So anyway, so you said this one was at the premiere of Wakanda Forever.
Yo, which I almost missed.
Yep. But you were able to to still hit that up, and make that happen. And
Mm,
yeah,
I
man,
had to
and then
work. I had to work the next day.
that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Yeah.
You
Matter of
staying
fact,
busy grinding.
I think I can share it. So I
All right, now make
last
sure.
year, I think so. This
All
isn't a
right,
spoiler,
you.
but last year's my first opportunity to truly travel for work, which I'm proud and happy for, and I'm thankful to the Most High for. So I went to Jersey and worked on the film. I doubled an actor
Mm,
there. I can't mention that one yet. That's closer to the time I can mention it. But yeah, I went to Jersey and then I went to New Orleans, which kind of it coincided with the premiere of
mhm.
Wakanda Forever, and I thought I was gonna miss it, but I was able to work it out. But I had to work the next day in New Orleans, and so I went to the premiere, took the picture, saw the first 15 minutes of the movie, then gotta go on the
Yeah,
road to New Orleans, New Orleans, baby. And I worked on this show. It's a spinoff of the show Supernatural for my Supernatural fans out there called the Winchesters. And
that's
so
not.
it's out.
Has that come out yet or no?
They're showing episodes now. Yeah, it's out now. So I think my particular episode where I double the actor is coming out. I think the seventh.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and so
Hey,
there'll be, if you look on my Instagram and TikTok, maybe even Facebook, I'll put some of the pictures of me with the actor I had a chance to double in the show. And so I'm grateful for the opportunities I've been able to get to work in stunts. And yeah,
yeah, and these are. I'm just gonna throw some pictures up here. I think these are some of the folks that you've been able to double in the past.
yeah, that's from Sisters. That's my first stair fall
That's when you had to fall, right?
down them stairs.
Yeah, the air falls. Yeah, that's no joke right there. You
Seven
got
times, ladies and gentlemen.
that one right
That was
there,
from Bruh. Me and
and they
Barry. Shouts out to Barry Brewer. Dope brother.
they just up
Funny
there
as hell.
throwing any type of wig on you, dude. They just out there just like, hey man, just throw some type of was. I'm not gonna say that. I almost said something. I'm not gonna say that. That wig had the feel of a certain type of studio. I'm just gonna say that and leave it alone. If if y'all know, y'all know.
if you hashtag if you know you know.
You know. Let's get some of these contacts. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run this on down. So let's get to some of these comments. This is just the beginning. I'm so excited to see what God has in store.
Thank you, thank you.
And we got say
Rabone.
the name Bone. I was about to butcher the name.
Yeah.
Like, outstanding.
Yep.
That's awesome. And then a LOL because I think everybody knows what wig I'm talking about. so
Mm.
so we can so we could you could check out there goes Jay Wells Jr. Check him out at all the spots down there listed below. So what you got coming out next? You got as you said Winchester. You got that coming up in a couple of days.
Yep.
It says CW.
Yep, CW. It's a spinoff of the show Supernatural
Right.
about these witch hunters. They fight all manners of ghouls, goblins, demons, and whatnot. And so this is a prequel, which follows. This is two brothers. So the
Yep.
prequel follows their parents back in the '70s before they were born.
Gotcha.
And so that's coming out. We just did the Deception Rules. We did the premiere for that. Excited for that. And so now, just working on my own projects. doing, making sure to be more present online, and I'm getting into the speaker space. You know, but for everybody that's listening, I trained with Les Brown. I did his Power Voice Summit a couple years ago. That speech that speech I did, it's on YouTube. Les Brown's Power Voice Summit 3. That's on there. I'm still training. I'm training with another guy now, looking to further hone my voice, add more tools to the tool case, to looking for other ways to be able to curate and craft my speech that's going well. And so I'm really actively getting into the speaker space. And so I may be speaking at a school here in the next week or two. We got to find
Well,
out what's happening with that. And so I got people now. And so I got my
you
people actively looking to give me opportunities to speak, do interviews. I was on the cover of Tap In magazine. Shouts out Tap In. I was on the Christy Taylor show.
yep.
My
You
two
got
sons back together again.
Tap
Oh, yep, there it is.
Tap In
Yep,
magazine right there.
Tap In magazine. Oh, show the article, show the page with me, Josh, and Rabone. So
Sir, yes, sir. That's I think that's part of it. I don't think that's the one
that's
that you.
part of it. And then there's one. I think I shared the picture with me, Josh, Rabone. There's more.
Um,
There's more commentary there. But that's the thing I'm focusing on now. In addition to continuing to train and audition, I'm looking to speak. And so I'm getting into those spaces. I've spoken before, but now I'm speaking more now and actively pursuing those opportunities. And so that's going good. And so you'll be seeing me here soon speaking in front of crowds and whatnot in workshops, schools, have you.
right. And so, like you said, because you worked with Les Brown, had the Power Voice Summit. So
Hmm.
that was powerful. And
I
then
learned from the man himself.
and right, and then you got you've got like you said, I know you got other stuff going on, but also you do the self defense classes as well too. So
Yes.
let's not forget about
Yes.
that. This dude here,
I've
let me
been.
tell you, I gotta hype this dude up and remind. I'm going the wrong way. Anyway, I gotta hype this dude up because it's mirrored, mirrored.
Oh
And tell,
yeah.
gotta boom. Anyway, I gotta remind this dude of all the stuff that he does. And I'm like, dude, yeah, but this, but this, but this. So yeah, so self defense courses, actually up in the gym, you're black belt in karate, so you're up there, you know,
Oh yeah, Dr.
teach,
Dragon Wilson.
teaching karate, learn, learning, learning from the big dogs. So this dude does a lot and a lot of stuff he doesn't like to talk about, but they can but I
To
know
be
folks can
honest,
find
man, I don't mind talk about it, but sometimes I forget.
no,
And
that's that's
so
that's that's more like it, really.
I for, I do it, and I'm looking towards what's the next thing. What do I need to do next? And so it's it's almost like blinders, but not blinders. I I realize I've done it, and
Yeah,
then I gotta stop. Let me look back. It's like, oh shoot, I did all that. Oh dang, I forgot. Like,
yeah.
but I keep pressing forward. That's the thing.
That's when I gotta hit you with the, "Hey, man, but you done this, 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 this." I gotta hit him with the reminder list. Uh,
5 cent was
so
good.
so we got you with the J Wells Jr. You find that on the website. I think you're probably one of the most active though on IG more than anything.
Yes.
I would say that's true. So a lot of
Mm.
this stuff that you're in, I noticed that on your stories and on your posts, you'll post there, so y'all can see if you want to catch up with Jay Wells Jr. You can
Yeah,
catch
it goes
catch
up in my IG live stories.
IG. IG is the best spot to catch it. Yeah.
I'm getting
So
back on TikTok too. I've been making it a point to be more present on social media and just progress over perfection. I made a post today on there just like, listen, let me just shoot a quick video, be present. Let me just shoot something, get something out there and be present. So that's what I'm working on. Just being present and just showing up. Don't worry about being perfect, but just showing up, which is the key to a lot of stuff. Just showing up.
absolutely that is, but I also will say, man, as we talked about earlier, crazy busy. So you show, you show up.
Yeah.
It's out here on you know, it's out here on red carpets that you ain't telling your best friend about, but that's cool. Anyways, oh, oh, we, oh, we got here, Mama Scott.
Miss
Oh,
Scott,
may your latter days be better than your former days. We declare decree double for your trouble. All right.
I received that. Thank you.
Yeah, you
Thank
getting
you.
blessed through the YouTube over here. My two
Rain down
sons
on me.
back together again. You got the Amen, woman of faith,
Amen.
and the
Yes,
wild
the
Les
Les
Brown. Yeah,
Brown.
he's still doing big things. And, and he forget about it. Okay,
You
and
make it
then
sound so bad when you put it that way.
he just like
He just forgetting.
write it down.
I'm gonna
Right.
write it right. I'm gonna write it down.
It's like, bro, like I went and saved a whole school full of children, and yeah, forgot about it. Anyways, man, um, any other projects you're working on, and what are you looking to next as we wind this down?
So that's what I'm working on. Speaking. I'm auditioning. I'm applying for different stunt opportunities. Just trusting God for those to be able to work and be consistent in the industry. That's the biggest thing. And so this year, I want to capitalize on the momentum from last year and keep pressing forward and keep working. And I told God I want to have wisdom over everything because it says that seek ye first the kingdom of God and then seek wisdom and then everything else will be added on to you. I feel like a lot of times that we have it in reverse. We seek all this other outside stuff and then we want to put God on top of that. No. Seek out God, seek wisdom because wisdom will help you to manage all that you trust in God for. And with wisdom comes with a certain sense of gratitude. And that's the biggest thing having, just being thankful for what I have. Because if you can't be thankful for what you have, how can you expect to receive more and get more if you can't even be grateful for what you have now? Because it could always be worse. It could be better, but it could be worse. So I just want people to remember that. Just have gratitude and have wisdom. And wisdom comes stewardship. If you have good stewardship over the small things or the things that you have now, you can be trusted with other things. And so that's the tip I'm on now. To have wisdom and gratitude and take care of what I have.
All right, then gave us a whole message. Hey, that was in a reels clip. That was a real snippet right there. That was like 90 seconds, and then gave a whole message in there. So,
Yeah, I'm about to get the recording from them. I'm gonna put this is gonna be on the YouTube, on the
yes,
TikTok, the
God,
Instagram.
oh, 100%. Yeah, you done gave us a whole message. So, so really, man, I mean, ain't ain't nothing else to do, but we gonna just br- bring the music in if if you want to come on in here. There we go. Gonna bring the music
Oh,
in. So appreciate you being here, man.
yeah, I appreciate you, man. This is fun, man. We gotta do it again.
Hit you with the applause. I appreciate you. Um, y'all make sure again that y'all check out There Goes Jay. Pretty much just for
Yo,
everybody. Jay
and
Wells
one
Jr.
other
Make
thing, man, while the music playing, y'all make sure I check out my man C Scott here. He does the coffee grind every Sunday. I know I'm on the show right now, but I want to give him his flowers. He's doing his thing. He grinding, putting in the work. He got a fire show. I'm on here. He's got other more talented guests on there. So check him out every Sunday. If you got a story to share, hit him up.
we said more talent. So we got the applause right there. We got Reverend Courtney saying, "I'm excited about what God is doing." Boom. Well said. I definitely double that. So because you wanted to talk over the outro, we got to do this
Um,
again. So
oh.
I
Hey,
shoot up. But then,
I had to give you your flowers.
yes, I appreciate the flowers, but I also appreciate a good sign off, and I had it
Okay.
queued up, but
Oh,
it's all good.
my bad. Go ahead,
No,
go
it's all
ahead.
good.
I'm
It's all
done.
good. Don't worry
I'm
about it.
done.
We gonna do it again, and what I'm gonna do right this time. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute your mic first, so I learned my lesson there. I'll mute your mic. So
Cut your mic off.
before I do cut your mic off, you got anything left to say before we go?
We disciples for Christ. You better.
Yeah, you mute it, mute it, mute it. All right, so coffee grind. We got another one in the books. I'm gonna just remove you from the whole stream. There we go. So, hey, we appreciate everybody being out here. Join us next week. May or may not have a guest, but if not, I'll see you here, and we'll have some wonderful things. Oh, let's get as always. I love you.